Hi everybody, I'm Skipper Wise from Neat Microphones, and this is the newest division of Gibson Brands, and today I want to show you some of the offerings from Neat. And the first thing up here is our B line of microphones. This is the King Bee. The King Bee is a large diaphragm condenser to give you kind of that larger than life sound. Think of it as kind of a happy face curve in terms of its frequency response. And below this is the Worker Bee, which is a mid-sized capsule, which gives us a bit more of the mid-range, so it sits in the center of what you record with the King Bee, so it gives you that audio landscape. Also, if you take a look here, we have little figurines that follow each mic as I take you through the Bee product lines. This is the King Bee figurine and the Worker Bee figurine. So the accessories for our two condenser microphones are the B line cable, which is optional. This is a quad cable and a real beautifully built audiophile cable. Our pop filters is called the Honeycomb. And what I love about this pop filter is that no matter what you do in terms of putting it on, it's not movable. It's a set distance between that and the diaphragm, and it's the optimum performance. So if you go in to punch in a vocal, let's say maybe a week later, you don't have to worry about where your pop filter was. It's always going to be in the right location. Next to that is the shock mount, which we call the Beekeeper. The pop filter, the Honeycomb, and the shock mount, the Beekeeper, are included with the Worker Bee and the King Bee in the packaging. So next up in the B line is the USB microphones. There's two of them. One is the Bumblebee, and the Bumblebee is very similar in frequency response in two offerings that offers a music sound, which is similar to the King Bee, and a voice sound, which is similar to our Worker Bee. So again, think of it as a curve where the mid-range sits into the center, and then we have a position that's called neutral and flat in case you want to add your own processing. But it's got this wonderful boom arm. It's got a gain control to adjust the sensitivity of the mic capsule, as well as a headphone amplifier volume control, and the jack for an 1/8" mini plug right into the front. Then comes our Beecaster. Now the Beecaster is very unique in the sense that it uses 4 microphone capsules. And this allows us 4 distinct patterns. Think of it as MS, XY, stereo, and mono, or cardioid. But what we call them is focus stereo, which means if you were to put 2 or 3 musicians with the singer in the center, the singer is going to be right up front, and the wide stereo sound will help fill an audio landscape and give you a nice image. There's also what we call wide stereo. So let's say you're doing background vocals on a track and you want to have a larger than life type of sound in the background with your vocal up front. That's going to work for you in that pattern. There's also stereo, which would be hard left and right. So let's say you want to do an interview with somebody. You have somebody on one side, somebody on the other side. You're going to wind up with that type of separation. And then mono, which is cardioid, which is great for just broadcast or vocals. It's a wonderful microphone in the sense that it is a professional broadcast, podcast type of microphone. Now, if you'll notice, we have our little figurines too in here, the Beecaster figurine and the Bumblebee figurine. What's neat about this stuff is that on the bottom of these plates, of these figurines that come with each product, there's a serial number. It's a hologram serial number. And that serial number will be used and drawn in special promotional events up on the website, on the Neat Microphone website, which is neatmic.com. All right, next up is the Beehive. And the Beehive is a headphone amplifier that's a tube hybrid unit. In fact, I love the figurine on this. You notice little headphones on the end. Reminds me of the Madonna thing. Anyway, the Beehive has got a solid-state bottom end and a tube front end. Incredible sound stage for headphones. And then above this is the Bistro. And the Bistro, with the stinger knobs, as you can see in the front, that's what we call them, is going to be like a desktop broadcast control center. So you can use this for podcast, recording. Let's say a Skype call comes in. You immediately grab your gain control, you answer on the Skype, plays to the speakers on the side. And the volume control for your speakers is right here. The gain, the sensitivity is right there in the middle. You have a choice of 3 sonic selections, music, neutral, or voice. And you have your boom arm with the microphone capsule. So this is the packaging for our Bee products. You know, the pride of ownership and being able to feel that you've bought something special. We wanted to make sure the packaging was fun, as you can see. We have our Beekeeper on the other side here for the King Bee. And inside this box is also a manual we call a field guide, and it gives you a lot of recording tips how to use your bee products in the best possible scenario. So if you're interested in Neat and any of the bee product line of microphones, contact your Sweetwater sales engineer.